Please welcome Holly Hunter back to this program. The Oscar-winning actress is back for the final 9 episodes of her TNT series, Saving Grace. The first of these 9 shows premieres on Monday, March 29th at 10 p.m. Here now a scene from Saving Grace. All right, so I'm going to keep my promise. I told Holly I was going to tell this to the nation. So you can't see this at home, but there's a monitor to my right over here where I can see what's happening on the show. There's a monitor over my shoulder to the left that the guests can see what's happening on the show. And just as we were about to play the clip, Holly went apoplectic, it seemed.
Apoplectic is much too strong of a word.
About making me turn the monitor off. You did not want to see yourself. Do you not like seeing yourself that much?
Well, I mean, I make it my living. I have to see myself at some point. You know, I mean, I have to, like, look at myself.
Right.
But not when I'm doing it. No, not not simultaneously. That can really, mess me up.
Okay. So you don't want to see yourself simultaneously. But after all these years of being in the business, how do you view yourself after the fact? Are you generally happy with your work? Are you overly critical? So when you look at your stuff, after the fact, what do you think mostly?
Well, I remember Jenna Rollins. I did a couple of movies with Jenna, and Jenna was adamant that all the actors in the company watch dailies. She was like, dailies are your classroom. This is where you learn about yourself and your craft and what you can do better and what you don't want to repeat and the character that you're building. And so I have, but with Saving Grace, I'm one of the executive producers, so that means that I'm in the editing room, which means that I have to be able to look at my work as objectively as possible, which is difficult to do. But then after a while, I can get over the certain amount of self-hatred that I might have, the loathing that I can have for when I feel that my work is not good. But it's a balancing act. But when I'm actually working, I want to get lost to a degree in the character. I don't want to be objective. I don't want to be judging too much.
Here's an impossible question, but let me ask you anyway to see if there's something here. Again, you've done this for a while. You've won the Academy Award. When you're being objective, how do you know when you hit the mark that you wanted to hit in any given scene? How do you know when that was pretty good?
Well, it helps to have a great director.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. When somebody else is there saying, we got it. You did something, yes, that was it. But what is it? I don't know. It's ineffable. I'll think, wow, that was it. That was my great take. I discovered something. And then in editing, I'll go, well, actually, that wasn't it. It was 2 takes before.
Right.
Or it was 2, it's a very, very kind of an impossible thing to judge because time changes things. Even in film, time can change things. And when you're putting something together, when you're putting a whole story together, what was it on the day may not be it in the grand scheme of the story.
These final 9 episodes represent quite a bit of distance from that first episode where you're driving drunk and hit this individual. What do you make of the journey from then to now of the series?
Well, I think, one of the fascinating things, one of the things that I love about this character and about having done her is that what I love most to explore is the essence of a person. And in a way, the things, who this person is, and fundamentally, when you're born, you are who you are. And this person that I've portrayed this will be the end of the 4th season, she is who she is. She's fundamentally the same as she was that night that she hit and killed this man. She is that woman still. And the unchanging aspects of her I have fallen in love with and continued to fall in love with. And I have admired the show that there is an unchanging kind of spinal cord to her.
if there was a theme, my phraseology here, not yours, Holly, but if there were a theme for last season rather, it was really about this notion of forgiveness and all the tentacles that sprout therefrom. Is there a theme for these final 9 episodes?
Well, I kind of, that's an interesting question. I mean, I kind of feel like you have this woman who is chosen. She's somehow a chosen person, and a very, very unlikely woman to be chosen. And what is she chosen for? I mean, that's something that we have never known. It's something that I have never known. And that was a question that I was really, really excited about asking through various channels in the course of this final season, was what am I chosen for? And why am I chosen? And why can't I? Why can't I not be chosen? To be chosen. And I think that, in many ways, everyone is a chosen person. There's something in you that excels at a given thing. And maybe you can spend your entire lifetime searching for that thing that you're chosen for. And I'm not talking about chosen by God. I'm talking about that you have something that you gravitate towards, something that you can excel at. And in this case, you have a woman who is chosen to do something. And who is she chosen by, even? I mean, I think that's a question that Grace continuously asks all the way to the end of the season, of the series.
Is it important for her, without jumping ahead here, I don't know what these 9 episodes are going to reveal, is it important for her to discover that, given that she has had her flaws, obviously, throughout this run?
Is it important for
Is it important for us to see this character discover that, so that the message to those of us who view the show is that even with our flaws, we all have a purpose, we all have a calling, there is something for us to do?
Well, I would say that I don't know if there's a message to the show, really.
Right.
I mean, I've always done the show to ask questions. That's been the thing that I felt was most
That's fair. Yeah.
provocative for me in doing the show. So I don't know if the show answers a question. I mean, to me, it's exciting to walk into a bar and see a bartender who loves what he does. He loves the society, he loves the technique, he loves the skill, he loves the artistry of his job. And, people who are in service positions who feel that this is something that they're meant to do, the exchange. And I feel that, I don't know if the show, that's something that I addressed in playing the character, particularly this last season, was that question that I think resides in everyone.
On any given day, on any given channel on television, you can see a series that's based in L.A. or a series that's based in New York. It ain't every day that we turn on TV and see a series based in Oklahoma. What do you think that has meant? I see, this is me talking, not you. I kind of see the locale as one of the characters, really, in the series, but you tell me if I'm right or wrong about that.
Well, I think utterly.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, Oklahoma represents kind of the Bible Belt, the heart of the country where people are Christians. And then you have this woman who is kind of a non-Christian dropped into the center of that, and immediately there's a palpable tension. There's a conflict. Before anybody says a word, there's a conflict there. And that was an interesting thing for me to explore as an actress, to see somebody who was in, there was a constant stress between this woman's beliefs and the community that she's in the middle of, their beliefs.
We will see over these next 9 episodes what happens to Grace, but what happens to Holly Hunter on the other side of these 9 episodes?
What happens to me?
Yeah.
Well, kind of a free bird.
Yeah.
I go into the drift. We talked about on the last time I was
show.
here.
I remember this, yeah.
But the drift I like, you know. And so I'll go back to New York with my family and we'll partake of the gems
Yeah.
that New York City has to offer.
For those who didn't see the last show, let me just probe one more final second here. You like the drift, and I've spoken to actors who do and those who don't. There's some in this town who have to know what the next project is. They want it lined up before they finish this one. They have to keep working. If they're not working, they feel like they're nobody. If they're not on a set somewhere working, you, again, by your own admission, you like the drift, and you like the drift. Why?
Wow, I like mixing. I like the complete change of. I don't know what the next 10 minutes are going to bring, really. And on a movie set, 10 minutes is everything. You have 10 minutes. 10 minutes till they'll need you in 10 minutes. You know, they need you now. They needed you 10 minutes ago. Where are you? And it's so fantastic to be kind of released from the prison of that and go into a different prison, you know, and so I need that. I need the 180 degrees difference. You know, maybe I'm fundamentally lazy. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel lazy when I'm working at all. I feel very, very energized and charged, and I love the focus of working. But then I really like not being focused. I really like being impetuous and not having a plan. I don't like a schedule.
Well, I'm going to free you to go drift now. To do whatever you want to do following this conversation, and that's the way Holly Hunter likes it. The show, as you know, Saving Grace on TNT, the final 9 episodes. Holly, good to have you back.
Nice to be here.
Good to see you. That's our show for tonight. Catch me on the weekends on PRI, Public Radio International. You can access our radio podcast through our website at pbs.org, and I will see you back here next time on PBS. Until then, good night from LA. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep the faith.
For more information on today's show, visit Tavis Smiley at pbs.org.